Well, saying my channel be based on, saying the history and the culture of the people, what I'm saying, that's from the trenches, that's from the streets, what I'm saying, let them tell their story, what I'm saying. And you somebody that's new on this platform and somebody special, what I'm saying, and dear to me, what I'm saying, due to your
I
situation and
appreciate it.
what I'm saying, in your upbringing, your coming. But what I'm saying. But enough of me talk, what I'm saying. Let them know who you is, man, and where you from.
Well, my name is Raul Chavez by birth, Ringo as a nickname, and I'm from Chicago. I grew up on the north side, and eventually I had to move on to the northwest side when I was shot by a cop on the north side, and they kept fucking with me to a point where I had to start not hanging there and hanging on the northwest side. Yes, sir.
Right, right, right. I mean, man, that's
It
a
only
real
got worse though, bro. It only got worse. I think, because going to the Northwest, I got me a fucking wrongful conviction for murder. So it only got worse when I went to the Northwest. I got shot on the North side, got a wrongful incarceration and a wrongful murder conviction on the West side. So it didn't go no better when I went to the Northwest side.
right, right, man. That's crazy right there. To be shot, what I'm saying, by a cop and then be wrongfully convicted of a murder, what I'm saying, is one hell of a story, man. Like, and know you hate to go back to that, but take us back into the day when you got shot. How did that happen?
Well, first, let me just let you know that unlike the Laquan McDonald rest in peace days, there were no cameras at the time. So in them times, they can do whatever they want. The Chicago police, I'm talking about get away with murder, no doubt, along with everything on down. And in this case, get away from murder because they waited about almost an hour, 50 minutes before they got an ambulance to come get me in the alley where I was shot at. So, waiting 50 minutes didn't mean that they wanted me to live. I was already unconscious. So they means, they wanted me to die. But fucking, yeah, what happened was that this cop that was drinking while on duty on May 10th, I believe, or May 11th, but May 10th, or May 11th of 1995 for sure. That was the year, and the month was May. So either on the 10th or 11th, I forgot because it happened at one about 12, one in between. At 1 in the morning, it happened, but so I don't know if it was between the 10th or 11th that the date was um stated in police reports. But that day he worked on duty prior to being off duty and shooting me. He drank a six pack while on duty, and according to his partner, he did so because it was a slow night, which it was a weekday to to their ben, like to, for them, they did tell the truth about that because it was a slow night, and the fact that it was like a Monday or Tuesday, so I'm sure it was slow for them. So of course, by it being slow, I guess they figured, hey, why not drink a six pack of beers? But it wasn't the two that drank the six pack of beers; it was the one that shot me. So his partner said he drank a six pack of beers because it was a slow night, but it was his but the gunner was the one that drank the six pack. The other one, the liar, didn't drink at that time. Later that night, when he was off duty, then he drank some more at a bar. And upon exiting the bar, he saw me in the alley coming down from a roof on a gate. And when I had my hands on both, I had both my hands on the fence. I'm making my way down from a roof. I heard somebody say, "Don't move." So naturally, I didn't move. And next thing you know, boom, a gunshot right to my back. But I didn't pass out right away. I hit the floor, and it wasn't until like 5 minutes later after I seen a man with a cowboy hat running around, like happy. But also first he pointed up on the roof at once I hit out the floor because I had my friend was with me too. And so my friend, was still up there and he seen him and he was ready to shoot his ass too until he ran and jumped onto a tree from a 20-foot roof. The roof we were on was about 20 foot. That's why I was coming down from the roof to the subroof onto the fence. So first of all, when they said that I turned around and pointed, no, well, first they said I turned around and pointed a gun at him, but it was proven to be impossible by indisputable physical evidence, which was the trajectory of the bullet, how it entered the back of my body and came the rest of my right chest. It was impossible that I turned around. If had I turned around, I wouldn't be paralyzed as we speak. Had I turned around, I would have been shot somewhere else. So that was proven to be impossible. That that's their story. But the other one that, oh well, he was in fear of his life. How the fuck are you in fear of your life? And I got two hands on a gate and my back is completely to you. Who the fuck is gonna be in fear? How could you be in fear of a person that I'm at my most vulnerable? I'm at my most vulnerable because I got both hands onto a gate, my back to you. How the fuck am I in fear to your life? And I'm holding onto the fence and my back's to you. So you know,
Right.
there's no way to fuck none of that. It wouldn't stand in court. But you know what? Unfortunately for me, my lawyers back then were mad because I had a murder conviction. They didn't care whether I did the fucking murder or didn't do the murder. All they cared about was the dollar signs that showed that the value of the lawsuit dropped drastically when this murder conviction occurred. So the four dirty cops that put this murder on me actually did what they were out to do. Make sure like they said, I don't get a dime from my lawsuit. And the lawsuit they were talking about was me getting shot by the cop 3 years earlier.
Okay, wow. Now that's a deep story to get shot by a cop and then get wrongfully convicted for something, you know what I'm saying, that devalues your case, you know what I'm saying? That's a real tough story right there, brother.
That's
So
what
tell
happened.
so
And
tell
that's why
what
my lawyers,
happened.
my lawyers got on bullshit. They didn't even expose the cover up. They had everything but fucking show that it was wrong for conviction. Look, okay, so they're mad about something that wasn't my fault that they put this case on me, but they're mad about that, right? Okay, well, at least do your job and show how they changed their story 5 times because they knew that their first 3 stories was impossible based on the physical indisputable evidence that was the bullet's trajectory. So at least do your job and expose that. Don't leave me fucking out there with no fucking case. They didn't give me no chance.
So
And the
tell
other
me,
thing I
where
went,
the cop? Where the cop at?
oh, what I was gonna mention to you, well, you know how everything don't work out the corrupt way. So after he shot me, they covered up for him. So of course, naturally, he didn't go to prison or not. They did give him a 1 day suspension because they said, well, you know what? He did have his gun while at the bar, and he shouldn't have been carrying his gun and entering a bar establishment because he was against rules for the longest in Chicago Police Department that you cannot and to have be in a bar establishment or a liquor store establishment, anything that sells liquor, and have your gun at the same time. So they say, you know what? He did that. We'll give him a 1 day suspension. That's what the fuck they did out of this, all this. So, anyways, but yes, so they covered up for him, right? Sure enough, they covered up for him. He got away with it. Well, he continued drinking. Now, remember, his drinking habit was so bad that he was drinking while on duty. He couldn't even stop drinking while doing his job, right? So while on duty, he's still drinking. And sure enough, that's how the type of alcoholic that he was. And then when they covered up for him on this crime, he continued drinking so freely that he drove into a fucking death. He was driving drunk and died driving drunk.
Driving